Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about 3 free agents who can take the place of Dennis Schroder this upcoming season. All 3 of these guys are free agents and looking for a team next year. These 3 players are Derrick Rose, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Lonzo Ball. So I will dive deep into this topic and each one of these players, but first, let's play the intro. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy the video. So the first option here is getting Derrick Rose from the New York Knicks. So for Derrick Rose, a trade almost happened last season where he would have ended up for the Lakers. But what happened was, once he became available on the market, New York grabbed him so early in the process that we never really got to see his true trade value and what other teams and what other markets were willing to offer for him. And while he was playing for the New York Knicks, he was actually really good. He was the reason that they won their one and only playoff game. So this doesn't mean that he is like vintage D Rose. It doesn't mean that he's going to score like crazy points for them. However, this shows that his playmaking and his scoring ability is still there. He showed sparks of it throughout the season, and like I said, he was the only reason that they won their one and only playoff game. So for the Lakers, if Derrick Rose were to end up on the team, then he would most likely come off the bench, and this is actually an ideal scenario for the Lakers. So the perfect scenario would be if the Lakers have a low usage point guard that would start. So in this case, I think somebody like Caruso is the perfect starter. Caruso is a good defender, and he doesn't need the ball much anyways, considering that they have 2 superstars in LeBron and Anthony Davis. And Derrick Rose can come off the bench, and even though he's coming off the bench, I can see him playing a good 20 to 25 minutes a game. Derrick Rose can play the part that Rondo played. And while he's not as great of a passer as Rondo, he can still create plays and get the team involved. The number 2 option would be getting Spencer Dinwiddie from the Nets. So I said he's on the Nets. I probably shouldn't have said that because he's a free agent. For the first time in his career, he's an unrestricted free agent because he opted out of his contract. So in Brooklyn, he was a bench player only because of Kyrie. You know, Kyrie's so good, then it doesn't make sense to start Spencer Dinwiddie. But for the Lakers, most likely Spencer Dinwiddie would be a starter. And I think for a lot of players, you know, they also while they seek stuff like money and championships, a lot of these players want to be useful for the team. A lot of these players want quality minutes for the team. And a lot of these players really want to be starters for the team too. And so for Spencer Dinwiddie, I think that if he were to be on the Lakers, he would probably be a starter. And that's a good incentive for him. You know, he can come in and take over. Whereas in Brooklyn, he was kind of a shadow to Kyrie Irving. I think Spencer Dinwiddie is better than Schroder. I think he can step up as a good third leading scorer, and I think his defense is also better than Schroder as well. And Spencer Dinwiddie is not a playmaker. I understand that. But again, Lakers don't need a playmaker. I don't think Lakers need a high usage point guard anyways. They just need somebody that's good enough to take a little bit of attention away from LeBron and AD. My third pick was getting Lonzo Ball from the Pelicans. So I know Lonzo Ball, when he first came into the league, when he first played for the Lakers, he wasn't what the Lakers expected. He wasn't what anybody expected. His jump shot was really bad. His shooting form was really bad. His free throws were atrocious. And he also came into the league with a pretty skinny frame. He was lengthy. He was 6'6", So he's lengthy as a point guard, but he was skinny, and you can just tell that he had a hard time out-rebounding guys or out-rebounding point guards, and he couldn't really post up either. With that being said, he's gotten a lot better with the Pelicans recently. He fixed his jump shot, and his free throws have gotten much better. And so anybody that gives up on young talent this easily, I don't think they're giving him a fair shot. I really don't. So one potential trade that the Lakers could do to get Lonzo back on the team is if they trade Kuzma and Talen Horton-Tucker in exchange for Lonzo Ball. So I know a lot of people don't like this trade because they don't think that Lonzo is worth Talen Horton-Tucker. But in my opinion, Lonzo Ball's ceiling in the NBA is going to be much higher than Talen Horton-Tucker, right? Like right now, Horton-Tucker is good and he's better than Lonzo was when he was at that age. But Lonzo's improvement trajectory is so good that I see his ceiling in the NBA as being much higher than Horton-Tucker. Lonzo's improvements just seem promising. His three-point shot went up to 38%, and his free throws went up to 80%. And while those numbers aren't amazing, it's a huge improvement. And considering that he's only 23 years old, logically, his numbers are going to get way, way better as he gets closer to his prime. Anyways, that wraps up today's topic. If you enjoyed my video, then click the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.